All right, it's the Husk Unleashed 2024. We're getting to the end of the first month all bloody ready, and I am not particularly looking forward to this year, and that is because, of course, we have elections on the horizon. There's going to be a election in America, and which is probably going to be Trump versus Biden. Ooh. And there's going to be an election in the UK. Will Labour get in? I don't know. People seem to generally think that they might, but they might not. Who fucking knows? Personally, I couldn't give a fuck because it's the same old shit either fucking way. One of the things that I think being a little bit older is quite useful for, one of the few fucking things, is that you get to see, you go around a block a few times, right? So you see things happening, not just for the first time, but for the second or the third or the fourth or the fifth time. Now I haven't got a massive research presentation here. I'm not going to go through every fucking example that there is. Go and look it up, right? But here's a news flash. Ladies and gentlemen, politicians, they fucking lie, okay? They will say any old fucking shit just to fucking get your attention, okay? And to get what they want, to get your fucking vote to do what they want. And a classic time when they just say any old shit is when the fucking elections are coming, isn't it? When they're all out trying to fucking win your crummy little vote, and they all just basically say loads of bollocks. But even outside of, election season, campaign season, they just talk bollocks all the time. This is literally the fucking system that we're in. I mean, I remember the Iraq War. And I remember that, the Iraq War in the UK was a really controversial war. Estimates, I think, at the time were that pretty much the population was split down the middle. Half the people really did not think it was a good idea to go to war. And one of the key fucking pieces of evidence and one of the key reasonings that we went to war that was kind of supposed to convince the public and was used by the politicians to justify what they were doing was this idea that Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction. And a weapon of mass destruction, if I remember correctly, was a weapon that could kill more than 3,000 people in one go. And there was some evidence that the government had produced to say that Saddam Hussein could actually arm and fire a weapon at the UK within 45 minutes that would be a weapon of mass destruction that could kill more than 3,000 people in this country with just 45 minutes notice. Turns out not fucking really. They had all those fucking weapon inspectors over there. How many weapons of mass destruction did they find before and after they'd thrown over Saddam Hussein and taken over the country? Well, it was less than one, so you can do the math on that. And the whole fucking thing was what became known as this dodgy dossier, right? The dodgy dossier, which was basically just a load of shit. Let's just read this from Wikipedia. Wikipedia, obviously, not the best source of evidence, but whatever. The term dodgy dossier was first coined, whatever. Much of the Iraq dossier had been plagiarized from various unattributed sources, including a thesis produced by a student at California State University. Like, what? What? The whole thing was just bullshit, right? That's what happens. They just tell you some bullshit, and they just keep repeating the lie over and over and over and over again until you start to doubt yourself, and you're like, oh, fucking hell, maybe. And then, once they get what they want and they go and have the fucking war or whatever it is, they fuck a kid, whatever they want to do, when they've done that, then then it comes out that it was all bullshit what they said. Just go, oh yeah, well, don't worry about that. Just move on. You remember the fucking bus? Have we got that? Well, I can't be asked to find it now. But you remember the bus? The fucking Brexit bus? Let's spend, 350 million? I don't know what it was, 35 million a week, whatever. It was like, let's spend all the money that we're paying to the EU. Let's just put it into the NHS. And then they said it and 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 they fucking said it. And then as soon as the vote came in, they were like, oh yeah, no, I didn't say that. Not really. Forget about that. Gone. Someone else said that. Someone else wrote that on that fucking bus. That was something that wasn't my idea. What about this? COVID. Bit more controversial, I guess. But let's be honest, whatever your views on COVID, there is one thing that you can say, and that is that you were told that the reason you needed to get vaccinated, especially if we were young and healthy, was to protect other people. The government and the scientific advisors were banging on about herd immunity. All the fucking time they were talking about herd immunity. Got to get everyone vaccinated. Get vaccinated to protect others. I work in adult health and social care. It was going to become a legal requirement for me to maintain my job to get vaccinated in order to protect others. Eventually, the fucking writing was pretty clear on the wall that there was no fucking herd immunity coming because the vaccine did not stop the fucking spread. And then, you know, they got the fucking, Pfizer in or some fucking cunt in the other week and a couple of months ago going, oh yeah, no, we never really tested for that. We were just testing whether it would stop the most vulnerable people from dying. That's what the vaccine was. We didn't, I think Fauci, and don't quote me on that. I've tried to find this backed up on the internet, but the internet's a strange place now. You can't trust it. But my understanding is that he described it as a, quote, noble lie. I say quote, I can't quote it because I can't fucking second source it, but the noble lie to say that it was going to create herd immunity when he basically knew that it wouldn't. Why would he do that? Well, we could talk about that another time. This particular fucking video isn't about COVID. But the point is, it was all bollocks. And now, heading into this election season, what you're going to get is a load of bollocks. You're going to get promises. I kind of saw it the other day, yesterday in the paper. It was like, oh, I don't know what the Tories have done. They've done some fucking tax cut or something like, oh, it's just the beginning. Oh, so after all of this fucking years of austerity and just basically everything being shit and massive inflation and, just a fucking shit show, suddenly it's all going to get better, is it? Or just as the elections come in, everything's going to get better, is it? You're going to get back in and you're going to give us all these great things. And of course fucking Labour are going to say that as well. And, Trump's going to say he's going to, what's Trump going to do? I don't know. He's going to fucking build a dome made of gold and fucking fairy shit all over the fucking, all over the entire country of America. Or Biden, what's he going to do? Learn to speak a coherent sentence? Who knows? But it's all just fucking nonsense. They're just going to say a load of shit and they're going to say it over and over and over and over and over and over again because they just want your fucking vote. They just want to get in power. They don't give a fuck, okay? They don't give a fuck. It's the Husk Unleashed. I'll see you again.